Well, we're live. Hello and welcome to this coding session here today with Ryan Jarvinen. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Great. You're a developer advocate at IBM.
Yeah.
And you will tell us or show us some features of the pretty new IDE from IBM called Bob.
That's right,
Yeah, and we'll try to program a little chess game just as a kind of a demo of what we can do with it and yeah, how it works.
Sounds great. Yeah, Bob's in a preview release. Good time to take a look at it and understand what it offers. So yeah, I hope this really sheds some light on what Bob brings to the equation.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I did try just a little bit. I didn't want to try it out too much to kind of saves the surprise, but we'll see. So I'll start sharing the screen. I can do that. Here we go. Okay, so I already downloaded Bob from the website, which is here, bob.ibm.com. And you can request a get free, a free trial. And then you can download this. And it looks like a Visual Studio plugin, basically. But I think it's a little bit more.
Yeah, quite a bit more features added in to kind of help you maintain your existing productivity, analyze the code base you have, and give you analysis and the ability to iterate, hopefully at a little bit quicker speed. We'll take a look at what we can do. There's also a variety of different modes available in Bob that we'll probably get a chance to take a look at that helps specialize in different aspects of the software development process.
Oh yeah. We'll get into that. I just realized I have to scale up my screen a little bit so everybody can see everything. Yeah, I think that's a bit better. Okay. Yeah, so I downloaded this and I already logged in. That's what you have to do. I didn't do anything else. I just also created this little repository where there's almost nothing in it except for some resources. So I created some chess pieces, which we can use. Yeah, they look a bit weird. I was hoping for a better result with ChatGPT, but that's what I got. And if that doesn't work, we have a little fallback from Wikipedia where we have SVG files, which are scalable. Maybe they look better. We'll see about that. Oh yeah, and I also created a board game, a chess board.
Nice.
But if you look closely, oh, I just realized now the numbers are wrong as well.
Yeah.
And the squares are not squares completely. They are a bit rectangular. So we probably won't use that. Okay. But I checked out that repository and I opened it with Bob. And now we're here. And we can basically try to implement this. Oh yeah, one thing I wanted to add. I wanted to create a JavaFX expert skill. I created that with some kind of AI. I don't remember which one. That has a few of the best practices for JavaFX, just to see what happens with it.
Nice.
Use skills.
Okay. Yeah. There's definitely the ability to take advantage of skills. Do you know what particular aspects of software development could we take a quick look at this one?
Yeah, sure.
So this is kind of framing some of the planning and approach and some requirement.
Yeah. So the core principle is that the AI should use the correct threading model. So it shouldn't block anything if it's working on the UI thread. And the other thing is a clean separation of concerns, which means it usually generates fxml files and not just generate Java code.
Yeah.
For that. I'm particularly not a fan of that, but I thought it's best practice, so I thought why not go with it?
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Right.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. There's a couple different approaches you could take during the planning phase. And yeah, we'll see if we hit these goals. That sounds like a good approach.
All right. Yeah, so that's already the first part. So there are a couple of different modes. You cannot select the model you want to choose, but you can select a mode.
Yes. Yeah, that is correct. The modes are supposed to take into consideration kind of the code, the complexity, a couple different aspects, and choose the right model based on budget and other requirements. So yeah, we'll see how this performs. Yeah.
Yeah. So can you say a little bit about these modes? So planning mode, I think, is pretty self-explanatory. It doesn't implement anything. It's just planning. And that's something almost every AI tool has nowadays, I think. The
Yeah.
coding one, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, one other thing I wanted to note about the planning one, some of these modes are very stripped down in terms of permissions. So the planning mode has almost no access to, it's very restrictive access. The coding mode is going to open up a lot more possibilities, and then advanced is even more, like if you want to take advantage of skills, particularly the advanced mode is where some of those options come into play.
All right.
I like using the orchestrator mode personally, because that one will start with creating, you can give it a prompt that says, start with a plan, then move to ideation, and it'll swap between modes opportunistically based on the type of work it's trying to do. So I really like the orchestrator one,
Yeah.
but you can really kind of choose specific modes depending on what your goal is.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so the one mode we didn't cover is the asking mode, but I think that's pretty self-explanatory as well. It probably doesn't code anything, just answers your question, whatever you ask.
That's right. Yeah, it has access to read, browser, and MCP. And you should be able to, ask it about your code and approaches that it might want to take.
All right. So what's your suggestion? What should we start with? Should we start with the orchestrator mode?
I would probably, I know you have a lot of good detail spelled out in the skills file, but I would probably start with a simple prompt that has a couple of the high level goals. I know we said chess, 2-player, JavaFX. And then from there, we could say, also, please take a look at use the skills file when appropriate. I would probably start on maybe with a prompt, an initial prompt that we would like to refine. And then I like handing it off to the orchestrator mode, but the plan mode is really nice as well. But yeah, let's start. You want to start with a prompt potentially?
So we are doing a in the planning mode. We are prompting in the planning mode?
You can prompt either in the plan mode as your starting point or the orchestrate mode. What I do is just start crafting the general idea in a short number of sentences, and then there's a little button, and you could mention your skills file, and that enhance button, the little there's like a little lightning bolt right there.
Yeah, the
That's
slash
manage
commands.
/ commands. No, there's to the right of it, I guess.
Ah, sorry.
Is that one not available? Oh, enhance is not available. I've been trying to use the enhance one to expand the prompt and give it a little bit more detail. I wonder if that's only available in plan mode or if it's just not available. Maybe that's an experimental feature that's not available in the version you have.
Yeah.
I have the IBM internal build, so there may be slight
Yeah.
differences to what I'm seeing.
Yeah. So I have the little trial plan, but maybe there is some kind of option to change this. Yeah, we will go through these, I think. Checkpoints. Complete.
While we're here on this editor page, you mind hopping back
Yep.
to that editor? There's a LLM attribution line in there. And by default, Bob, just for visibility to let us know that we're using an LLM as part of the development tooling process, so folks can keep track of when that happens and how often it happens. There's a couple ways to disclose that information. One way is with these inline comments. It's not very sophisticated, but it adds a one-line comment at the bottom of each file that says "Made with Bob."
Okay, like a watermark.
Yeah.
Something.
If you don't prefer that particular approach, there's also approach of using Git notes as a way to track attribution of your commits, or you can disable it entirely depending on how you choose to keep track of when and where LLMs are being used to write code.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, just something to keep in mind when you see that "Made with Bob" comment. That's how you manage it, is right there in that setting.
Yeah, that's good to know. Let's leave it in, and we'll see how it goes, and then we can switch to Git notes or disable it.
Sure. Yeah.
Later on.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bob tips, code review, all right. MCP servers. I would have to add them. Yeah, okay. There are no MCP servers configured, so it doesn't use any. These are the modes. Yeah, okay.
Those are the basic modes that you get out of the box. You could essentially build your own modes as well, and then include them in your repo, or have other ways of sharing modes. And we could take a look at that if we have time. We could maybe say, build us a code review mode, or some custom mode that we'd want to use as part of our process.
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so we are through with the settings. I just wanted to check if there is any way to enable this option, but maybe it will pop up later on. Yeah, probably not, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I was expecting it would be active.
Yeah.
So yeah, something to look forward to in the future, perhaps.
Yeah, exactly.
I have yeah.
Okay, so okay, I'll go ahead and try to write a prompt in the planning mode to be sure that nothing is coded so far. So write a chess game in JavaFX, basically. Use the skills.md skills file for the JavaFX skill. Make sure it's a 2-player game. That's what we want. And use the chess pieces from folder resources pieces. Draw your own chessboard. Anything else?
Yeah, one thing that I've seen my team use is add an extra line that says, I would like to understand first, plan second, and change code in small steps, and verify every result.
Okay. That sounds really
Is that
useful.
too involved, or
No.
so yeah, that's one of the approaches I've seen my team do in order to make sure that they really understand the development process and are able to maintain the future direction. Oh, is the enhance there?
Now it's active.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we just had to write something. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right. Okay.
So
yeah.
this is a really good starting point.
Mhm.
If you like, you could try the enhance and then compare and see whether you like the enhanced result or this, if this is sufficient.
Yeah. Let's try to enhance it. Okay.
In some ways, this is like a light form of planning, and then you hand this off to plan, and then it does
Yeah.
a lot more serious work.
Yeah. I see. Okay. Okay. This is a pretty huge prompt now. Okay, create a fully functional two-player chess game application using JavaFX. Yes, adhering to the following detailed requirements and development approach. Implement the game using JavaFX. Skills, yeah. Design and render custom chessboard. Okay, yeah. Load chess pieces image from oh, this one. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, I can't undo it. Damn it.
Oh no. Well, you could reset to the other prompt and regenerate. This is a heads up to the folks watching. This is a non-deterministic demo. If you try to follow along with the exact same prompt, you may end up with different code or a different enhancement or yeah, just a heads up while you're watching.
But I can't just reset it, right? I mean, right now I'm having this in my clipboard, so this is perfectly fine, but I can't unenhance it.
You don't have the previous clipboard content?
Yeah, I do, but I just wanted to check if there is a possibility on the UI, but there is.
Yeah, undo. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Today when I played around with it, I found that already pretty cool that you can auto approve, but you can only auto approve certain things. And that's something nice because in the other agent tools I use, you either auto approve everything or nothing, or just specific commands.
Yeah.
But this is pretty cool, I think, to have sort of like categories that you can approve.
Yeah. Yeah, it gives you a lot more flexibility, and a lot of the categories are entirely disabled for modes where it's unnecessary as a safety mechanism. So yeah, the idea is you start small and then enable just what you can do safely and responsibly, and yeah, it gives you a lot of good options in there.
Exactly. Okay, again, so load chess pieces images, support to human players, yes. Implement all standard chess rules. Yeah, that's good. I forgot to tell that to the AI before. That's good. Including movement patterns, turn alterations. I'm pretty sure I don't know all the rules of chess because there are some specific rules and I never understood them. So include move validation to prevent illegal moves. Okay. Provide visual feedback. That's nice. Display current player. Yeah. Implement piece capture mechanics. All right. Handle pawn promotion. Oh yes. So I would say
there's some edge cases this was really looking into. Pawn promotion is not always handled in many chess implementations, and this really lets you explore a lot of options for that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Detect and announce game ending conditions. All right. Yeah. And now the development methodology. Sorry. Analysis phase. Break down the chess game into core components. Okay. planning phase, create a detailed implementation plan. Iterative implementation, yeah, that's what we thought about when you say you want small steps, right? Verification, a test and verify functionality. I'm excited about this if it's writing automated tests. And documentation, yeah, that would be nice as well. Present your work by first analyzing the requirements and explaining your understanding of what needs to be built, then providing a comprehensive build with the architecture and implementation steps. Yeah, that sounds really good. That sounds better, I would say, than our simple plan. That's good.
And you could slim it down if there's things that aren't as critical, but this gives you a lot of detail as a starting point.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So I would just send a message and see what's happening.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Cool.
So that's in plan mode current. Okay, that's in plan mode. All right, cool. And it's okay. It's already looking into your skills.
Yeah, and so that was the first thing I noticed, that I really have to approve everything, even the reading.
Especially for certain modes. Yeah, even the reading, it is limited. There's a further configuration options where by default, it's meant to only read within your project workspace. You can expand it to allow it to read your home folder if you're comfortable with that. And then it can maybe leverage skills that are stored in your home folder or other reusable things from other file sources. But yeah, it's pretty restrictive. You can toggle that auto approve and say, just for read, go ahead and read whatever you like, because I'm somewhat confident it's only going to look within the project workspace. So read is okay for this context, maybe, right?
Yeah. So I think most of the AI tools already have that auto approved all the time. So that was kind of different for me. So let's try it with the auto approve just for reading.
Sure.
For the planning mode, there shouldn't be anything else needed anyway, except for reading.
Yeah. So depending on how, okay, it's already got a implement to-do list created. Nice.
Yeah, and so I have to approve the to-do.
So there is a checklist for to-do, and also subtasks are something that, sometimes I like to do a little checkpoint at each subtask or major to-do, but you can definitely say, go ahead and speed on through. Yeah.
Yeah, that's too much input that's needed for my taste, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like the overview here. So I see how many tokens are used so far. Available space, okay, reserved for model response. And then I also have an overview of what that cost me and how much I have left. That's really good.
The context window is also something that is important to keep an eye on. Yeah, that your available context window.
Yeah.
IBM Bob is pretty good about only requesting access to individual files, or even a couple lines within, a particular scope within a file, rather than trying to load the entire repo if it doesn't need to read every part of the repo. It tries to create a map and then opportunistically load things into context as needed, and then dump them back out. So keep an eye on the context window, but hopefully you can see how it gets managed throughout the process. Yeah.
All right. So I think Copilot does it that way, that it basically just fills it up until it can't put anything else in there, and then it compresses the context, and then it goes on.
Yeah,
I think that's, at least it was that behavior. Not sure if it's maybe they enhanced that as well. Okay, so it did give us a result, right? Is that so much? Okay, detailed implementation plan. So it has the project structure with chess. Chess application is the main entry point for JavaFX. We have a model with positions, piece color, piece type. Yeah, pieces. Every piece has its own class. Okay, yeah. The board. One move is represented as an entity. Okay. The game state and our view model with JavaFX properties. What I don't see is any JXML file. I'm not sure if that's planned, but let's look into it. So the model layer, okay, they have pieces. I don't think we have to go through that in detail, right? It's just basic Java stuff. View model. Okay, so there are these properties, and if you have properties, no, you don't need. These are just something that you use in JavaFX, not just for fxml files, I think. So this is the UI with the stage. View piece image loader. Okay. Huh. Okay.
This part, I like this implementation strategy. You could see how it's going to go through it in a phased approach. And these will end up as like a to-do list that it can iterate over.
Yeah, that's really cool for overview to have that to-do list with the check marks and stuff like that.
Usually I do like a get commit at the end of each one to save the progress and you know, potentially a get commit and get push just in case something gets accidentally deleted, or, you know, you have a clear save point at each of those steps.
Yeah, well, Bob does do checkpoints. We'll
It does,
see that
yeah.
later, right?
The checkpoints are really nice, and those usually work really well. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, pawn promotion. So the class interacts somehow. That's all right. Verification. That would be interesting. After each implementation phase, verify. And how will it verify that? That will be interesting. We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we have an option on how we want to proceed.
So were you saying that there was a particular fxml or something that you might be missing? You could do adjust the architecture or add additional features theoretically.
Yeah.
Are some of the buttons there?
Yeah, let's do that, because that skill should say you should use fxml.
Yeah.
It didn't do that.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this planning, the skills are, from my understanding, mostly available in the advanced mode.
Yeah, okay.
And so I'm not sure if the plan mode is successfully leveraging the skill.
Well, it did say in the first thing it did
it may have read it for requirements, you know, and kind of extended the prompt based on what it found, but I don't know if it's actually using the skill in terms of properly, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So, but it does use that model view model pattern. Is a game-oriented architecture implement a common? I would just want it to. I can edit these questions. So I could say, yeah. I could just say, make sure to use fxml files. for the view. Okay, that's all I want to say.
Another thing, yeah, I've seen it try to spit out a very long, one prompt I gave it was to produce a development plan as a separate markdown file. And it tried to write out a very long development plan into a file. Sometimes it's nice to tell it to keep things somewhat concise and not do too much code prototyping as part of the development plan, because it can try to pre-write a lot of kind of implementation projections within the plan.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. That's general. I think a problem sometimes with AI, that it's writing too much, and it's not great for you to read it because it's just too much, and also not great for the LLM itself because then the context is just growing and growing.
Yeah, it's nice to put a decent amount of focus on the planning and architecture up front, because you do get a better result, but you need to manage the complexity at every phase. And this is definitely one that being concise helps. Well, but still having the amount of detail you need.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am satisfied with that plan. So I would want it to proceed with the implementation, right?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Looks like it just switched over to code mode.
Yeah. Okay. So and we see that by that little logo, I guess, that it is switching to code if we click on this option. I guess, at least. Okay. Implementation. It's great. And it should ask us again if it's
if it needs permission for something. And you can sometimes kind of watch it go to work in the file tree as it's editing these files.
Yeah, that's why I like visual IDEs and visual AI agents, because you see what's being written, stuff like that. Okay, so FXML. But that's pretty cool. So we see what it wants to write, but it did not write it yet. And then we can save it, and then the file exists. But until then, it does not exist. But we see exactly what's getting what's the content of the file. And we also see at the bottom that it's writing "made with Bob." Yeah.
There you go.
I like that. It sounds like this "made with love," but made with Bob. I like that. Let's switch this really quickly. I'm not sure if it's understanding that we did that while it's running, but
we'll see. We'll see if it changes. Yeah.
Yep. It's not doing this "made with Bob" anymore.
Okay.
I'll auto approve the writing task.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, it should be just within the repo context. Yeah.
I think that
there is
executing.
There's a skills toggle there. I don't know if it's if it would use your particular skill you defined, but you could check that.
But that just automatically approves it. And we actually I would like it to not automatically approve that, because then we see that it's using the skill.
Yeah. You want it to request it, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it did not yet ask us to use a skill. Okay, but now it's really writing stuff, and this is only this is an I found that whole UI pretty cool because it's pretty structured. So we have that full task we want to do. We have our what is that? A session probably, and then we have these to-do lists, and we see where we are in that list. That's pretty good for just an overview.
Yeah.
This is kind of weird that we are in step 3 of 26. We completed 3. No, okay. The 3 is we completed 3, and now we are somewhere here.
Yeah. Huh.
Oh well.
Yeah. It's each of those tasks usually you could see a checkpoint just above the part where Bob's working right now, and that'll give you kind of a restore point essentially if you ran into trouble, Bob got stuck on some issue or another, you can back out to one of the checkpoints pretty easily if you need to.
Yeah. Okay. Restore checkpoint or view diff. That's nice as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And it does do a checkpoint almost at every file here. Yeah. I just realized we didn't say that it should be a Maven project.
Oh, yeah.
I would have liked that, but maybe we can
could probably add
that later on.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone I've done so far has been Maven based. Yeah. Huh. Okay.
Yeah, me too. I usually always work with Maven. That's why I didn't even think about it that we have to add this.
Some of the past tests I've done with Bob were it prompted me during the plan phase and said, do you want Maven? Do you want Gradle? What's your preferred build system? How do you want to target this? And gave me a couple choices. So I'm kind of surprised it didn't prompt for that specific information. Yeah. I also had one prompt that I enhanced, and it threw in an extra detail that might have not been totally necessary. It said it wanted a implementation agnostic approach for planning the project. And so it started off with this whole detailed implementation plan, and it wasn't even focused to Java. And then it said, would you like to choose a Java route or a Python route or a TypeScript route to follow through on this software spec?
Nice.
And it spent way too much time, well, like outlining all of these different kind of reference architectures, reference prototypes of how it would approach the different situations. And I was like, okay, this is more than I need. I know I'm going with Java in this case. But it was really interesting to see that level of optionality in the approach.
Yeah. And the focus you have, like if you program a lot of Java, you have kind of a closed mindset around that in object-oriented programming. And then if you think about other systems, other programming languages, I think it's so very different, the thought process that you have to have.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's interesting. All right, so it's at the README. That should be something that it's doing almost at the end, I suspect.
Oh, it's nice that it has a README. Some of the projects I worked on didn't have that as part of the output.
Okay. Yeah, but it said somewhere that it's documenting all that stuff. So
nice. Yeah.
Okay, and that's the result now. So again, I like the structure that it has. So we have these little checkpoints, what it did, and then some text for the next step. And then we have like a visual area that says task completed. And you have to read this and not all the other stuff before. That's good. I was happy with the result. Okay. Then you don't get anything.
Yeah.
If I have to type something, you won't get feedback. Okay. JavaFX chess game, complete implementation. Yeah, okay. Did it write any test? I don't think so.
I have not seen tests yet.
Yeah. So it didn't explicitly say it's writing tests, but we wanted to have it validating all these files.
We did say verify every result. So
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah.
So it's probably just reading through it again and see if there is anything wrong with it.
Yeah. Well, this would be, is this, yeah, you could add an extra prompt that says, please add Maven and other list out Maven and test coverage using a specific test program.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Testing ready.
It's ready for testing. Great.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Shall we try the orchestrator mode for this, or the advanced mode?
For the next phase?
Yeah, for like adding Maven and test.
Let's do Orchestrator. I like going to Orchestrator. Yeah, and then it should choose if it needs to use plan or something else. And we could probably just say, please update the plan to include Maven and test coverage.
With unit tests. Oh, no.
You can be specific about the type. I wasn't in my last test, and I ended up with like 600 tests of all kinds of different features. So yeah, if you want to narrow it down to say unit tests, that's a good thing to scope it down here.
Yeah, but I'm not sure what the proper test framework is for JavaFX. So I would be interested in staying vague and see what Bob comes up with.
Yeah.
Okay, so shall we do this, or shall we enhance the prompt first?
Yeah, we can try enhance. Let's see.
What's this? That's the slash commands.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's another interesting thing to try. There's this init command that will analyze your code and create an agent's MD file.
Let's do it.
If you had a lot of pre-existing code, this is very useful. We're starting from a very bare bones starting point, so it's not going to be as critical for us. But the init command, I highly recommend testing that out as well, especially with a full-fledged repo.
So I asked ChatGPT what's the uniqueness of IBM Bob. And it told me that it's specialized on modernizing older applications.
Yes, yeah.
So that would be a real interesting use case, the init on an old project, just to kind of understand what the whole project is about, how it's structured and stuff like that, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, let's do the init really quickly.
All right.
In the orchestrator mode, okay. What other commands are there? So init, create a pull request, okay, or review. Review code changes, all right. Yeah, so now the init should be pretty simple, and actually just has to read the README.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, critical coordinates. I wonder how useful this is.
Yeah, probably not too useful.
Yeah. Okay, this does have the phases kind of outlined here.
Always use game state.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting kind of rules, subtle rules in chess around things like castling and things that are totally legal moves, but where you have to have kind of the some memory of where the pieces pre-existed in the before the castling event.
Well, is that castling if you switch, I think, the king with the rook?
Yeah.
Yeah, is that the move, and you can only do that if none of these two pieces moved before?
Yeah, it has really specific requirements around when you can use it and how, and it definitely adds some complication, especially with some of the features like the undo button. It's not always clear how to undo some of those more complex chess moves. And so this approach, I think, has a game state that it tracks and keeps a
for these
record
kind of moves.
So it can always do a undo to the previous setup.
Yeah, that could be the case. Okay, but this is too much. This is far too much. So it's probably good for an application like you said, some kind of legacy application or just a large application. Then this would be the right amount of data, I guess. But for this kind of game, this is far too much. I would think. All right.
All right, that's the init function. Yeah.
Exactly. So it did nothing else but initialize the agent.
Yeah, it might also add a .bob folder within your repo. I'm not sure if it created it, but sometimes there's a .bob folder that it can add with additional modes or other content in there.
Doesn't seem that way now.
Yeah, I don't see it right there yet. Yeah.
Okay, but we actually wanted to
include Maven. Let's try this one. Yeah.
And we wanted to enhance that one as well. Wow.
Yeah, you could try just the simple one if this. Oh, but this it gives you more specifics if you wanted to filter this down and say, I would really like to focus on TestFX or JUnit, or you could be specific.
Yeah, but this already is helpful. I think that TestFX and Mockito for mocking. I think that would be cool. The JCON plugin is always nice, and it already adds a Maven Surefire plugin for the tests and for Maven. So that's wonderful. I think if you are not opposed, I would just use this one.
Okay. Do you want to keep the last line in there about CI/CD pipelines?
It's a headless mode. The plan should also include configuration for running tests in headless mode. Yeah. No, we don't need that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll run
Okay.
faster if you trim out the things you don't
Yeah.
need.
Okay.
So yeah.
And it says a minimum code coverage of 80%, and that's a lot.
You could, yeah, it's it's definable here. Yeah.
Let's use 60% just for now. Yeah, okay. Let's do it.
All right.
Orchestrator mode, auto approve, and we're good to go. Oh yeah, and I could do a new session, a new task. And this, yeah. And then we have kind of a session management. That was my, oh no. Okay. So it already separated those two tasks.
The agents,
So,
the init one was a separate.
yeah, I think so. No, well, I'm not sure. So this is our first prompt. No.
Is that one still running?
Resume task.
Oh, when you switched it paused it maybe.
Yeah.
Or is this
No, this is the one.
Yeah, that's the one that we were working on, right? Yeah, you may need to resume it.
If I do a new task, then what is this one?
I think that might have been the init command that we ran.
I don't think it was...
No.
No. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. Okay.
So it probably ran the commit as a separate task.
Yeah.
So we probably want to hop back over to our original chess game task and then hit resume.
And resume. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this in Copilot, this is a bit different because you can actually switch tasks and have them work concurrently.
Yeah. That might be in the future. I don't know about the roadmap for that. Yeah, might be nice though.
Yeah. I met a lot of people who use AI as kind of like a vibe coding tool, and they always have multiple clients running.
Yeah.
And I wonder how you could achieve that. So you probably could open up multiple Bob instances, and that could work.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a super clear multi-agent story at the moment with Bob. I think the mode switching and the orchestrate is the kind of main way to engage, and I could see there being a lot more, possibly with the list management and the subtask, possibly having some of those being subbed out to another process or something in the future. But we're still in a in a pre-release phase with it, so we'll have to see.
No, but Bob itself is at a full version. It's not a preview or anything, right?
It's a full version, but I believe it's let me just check I think it's a fully available preview.
Okay.
I don't know if it's had I think there's a GA date that is scheduled in the future. Right now, the access is somewhat limited. You have to sign up to access it. And it's available via the sign up form, but there's not a unlimited availability, go download it over here link quite yet.
Okay. And this would have been my next question, if there is a CLI tool for that, but there's Bob shell.
Yes.
I didn't even realize that. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, because that's what most people who parallelize, multitask.
Yeah.
They always use these CLI tools because they can stack their terminal outputs easily, and I don't know. It looks like it's much more convenient for them. So I was wondering about that.
Yeah.
But great. Okay, so this is available as well.
Yeah, I sent some links in chat earlier to the generic Bob documentation that has a lot of detail about the different modes that are available, kind of security approaches, and you could the docs links right up in the header, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the specific modes page, but yeah, there's
just the docs here. Here we go.
Yeah, that's the main, and you could switch between IDE or shell in the top left.
All right. Okay. I didn't even see that. All right. Okay, so there's the IDE and there are these different modes, but we already covered those, right? Basically.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. You could use them as the slash commands as well.
Yeah. Toggle command, okay. Yeah, and they are built-in modes. You know about those. Comparing them, yes, and then customizing modes. That's interesting.
Yeah. I, at the end of one of my tests, said, based on the work we just did with JavaFX and Maven, can you help me build a custom plan mode or a custom code mode? And it'll write up that distill kind of what it had done and write it into a mode to make it easier to script in the future.
Yeah. Okay, so it's also kind of like a skill, but tailored to this Bob IDE, basically. Okay, so now it's doing a plan, but we started in orchestrating mode, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we did. I hope.
Yeah.
So it switched to the plan mode, and it will probably then switch to the next mode to, I don't know, code advanced or something else.
It looks like task completed.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got. A readme, git ignore, all kinds of good stuff. POM XML.
Yeah, that's good. Some tests. Oh, this looks like a lot more work than before.
Looks like you could possibly run the Maven JavaFX run to test out kind of how phase one worked.
Let's just see, because it said all tasks completed, but there is no POM XML. So I'm wondering if it's just completed the planning.
Oh, maybe.
It's now complete with
detailed roadmap. Okay.
Yeah.
So it hasn't. It needs to switch back to code mode to write the files.
Yeah. Let me just commit these first changes without that one. So this is the initial JavaFX setup, just to kind of see where we go. All right, we have that roadmap here, and now we want to implement it. So we can either switch to code or advanced, or we can stay in the orchestrator and just say implement the plan, right?
Yeah, I'd say implement phase 1 or something like that.
Is it structured in phases again?
I thought that's what I saw in the README, but I'm not totally sure. Maybe it's sections.
Section 2. Okay, and section 1 is probably the Maven migration. Well, yeah, just phase 1. I think it will understand what we mean by that.
Yeah.
All right, let's just go.
Okay, all right. It's got phase 1 tasks, creating the POM XML. Okay.
Yeah, okay, it's creating a to-do list. This is good. And I think it just switched to a new task here, because I can't scroll up anymore.
Yeah, if you click on the top, yeah, it looks like that might be maybe running in a separate task.
Ah, yeah, okay, now it wants to execute something to replace full name path. Well, I'm not sure if this... Well, okay, get child items. Maybe it moves.
It might be
files.
moving the images into a different folder, but I'm not totally sure based on this code. Yeah, not sure what it's doing. I had a bunch of test images in a folder that was just called assets, and it copied them into the source/java resources, put them into a subfolder. So yeah.
It just documented the structure. That's what it did. Okay. So it just wants to see where these files are, and then it probably moves them. Yeah. Now it's creating a directory. I think. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It's using Java 17. That's good. I'm not sure. I think this is pretty new. The JavaFX version. Let's
see what the latest is.
I already created that branch Maven JavaFX just to see if I can get it to work without AI, with no content, but just a starter.
Yeah.
And I looked up the newest JavaFX version. So it is 26 and okay, it uses 21. Okay, so it's a bit older. But that's fine. And JavaFX Maven plugin, that would be interesting as well. Here we go. Is it using this one? Yes. Perfect. And this one is really old, but there is no new version of it. So
yeah.
That's fine. Okay. Maybe documenting something again. Yeah. Where's this POM XML file? Oh, there it is. Oh man. Okay. Okay, completed phase 1. And I think with phase 1 completed, we should be able to start it.
Yeah, you want to give it a try?
Yeah. Okay. And do we have a documentation? Nah, no, we don't have a documentation for the Maven command.
Should just be Maven JavaFX :run.
Yes. Okay. Maven. Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
Clean.
Yeah.
Clean is
That
fine.
should work. Yeah.
Okay.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
Oh, how's this output directory empty?
I had that problem exactly the same myself when I tested this. So yeah, chess, and there we have this one, and we have the chess package, the chess application. Oh, we should just let the AI fix it.
Yeah,
Should
sure.
be easy. Yeah. Oh yeah, I had the problem that was really stupid because I had a chess application file, but without the Java extension, and I didn't realize that. But yeah, this shouldn't be the problem here. So let's see, and let's the AI fix it. Where's the actual failure? Here. Yeah.
Yeah, output directory is empty. Yeah, I wonder if it needs to create a new folder under target or something.
X1 shows this. Okay. Chess application. Not sure.
Oh, it said that error is expected at this point. So maybe it's just they haven't implemented the full list of requirements or something. You may need to scroll up a little bit. It may be saying that wasn't in phase 1. Might be the
Yeah. But I can't.
okay.
I would have to switch tasks again, and then this will be suspended.
Bummer. Yeah, I thought I saw something speed by that said something to that effect, that it was out of scope.
This could very well be the case because it's executing phase 2 now. So it's only saying, says, okay, that's expected. So yeah.
Yeah.
You just wait.
It's in the next phase. I already did you read the plan. Yeah.
All right. I copy the model package. Okay. Oh yeah, so it's in the source directory. Okay. It didn't copy the files yet.
Okay.
Okay, does it copy? Yeah, all the folders one by one. Okay.
Is this because there's a different non-Maven repo layout as the starting point? Is that part of the confusion?
I think that is it. So this one is just the source folder right in the root directory.
Yeah.
And this is not the main way. So we create, or it created a
Yeah.
main
We wrote all
Java
this code
chess.
and then told it we wanted in a different layout, and that
Yeah.
that's probably what introduced the difficulty. Yeah.
It could just copy all these files over there
Yeah.
in one step, but well.
Yeah. Move the whole subfolder to a different path, but yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, I think it's interesting. Part of the prompt we had was make small changes. Small changes are easier to verify, but sometimes
Yeah.
they can be a little bit too small. I've gone back and removed that line of small changes sometimes.
Yeah,
And
okay.
or told it actually one time I had an issue with Bob where it was trying to only open, there was 2 or 3 tests that were failing. It built this massive test suite and 2 or 3 were acting up. And it was related to these complex edge cases with castling and reverting your move and, really kind of obscure things. Oh, here you got a chance to run it.
All right.
And Bob basically made 2 or 3 attempts to fix the problem by only looking at those 1 or 2 files, and then eventually said, "This approach isn't working. Let me take a step back and look at more files, get a larger context view," and then it figured it out really quickly, and it was able to recognize that it needed to take a different approach. So
Yeah, okay.
yeah, usually
right.
it can autocorrect at some point. All right,
Yeah, but
you got this looks like a nice start.
yeah, and I can't fully display it, but you can kind of see the.
Does it
But
resize to smaller?
no, it does
No
not.
resize. Okay.
Yeah, so that's probably something we should change. But I can. Well, okay. Let me click around here on the other screen where I have a higher resolution. So I clicked on a white pawn, and I can now. Oh, I was hoping I could move it, but I can't. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, something's there. It hasn't
Yeah.
implemented all the move animations and updating the game state, but it's drawing the board, it's placing the pieces,
Yeah.
it's calculating move possibilities.
And
Keeping
this
track
looks
of
half decent. So
yeah.
the actual figures are within the squares. That's cool, and it has all the squares. I guess it's the right amount as well.
It didn't like your game board, I guess.
Yeah. Well, no, I explicitly told it to draw its own game board.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Nice. Verified phase 2, I guess.
Yeah. Perfect. And ran for about 2 minutes. Yeah.
So one of the things I have kind of mixed feelings about, I love the context we have in the window there. I've been also trying to encourage Bob to note a lot of that either in the development plan file or like we ended up with that long plan file. And then that's something that you could potentially hand off. Yeah, that's maybe something you could give to other team members if they needed to recycle some context without directly accessing your Bob IDE or your personal task history. The MD file is maybe more shareable and something that might last longer in a repo if there's some of this advice you wanted to try to preserve. But there's kind of trade-offs in both approaches. I really like the workflow and the checkpoints, and Bob does a really nice way of displaying everything there. So I try to do a little bits of both.
Yeah. So there's a approach I did with Kenny Pflug. he called it guided coding, where he actually also planned out all the steps that he wants to do. And he wrote it in a .md file and placed it in the repository as like, he even put a number before it, like this is the first plan. And then he said, okay, now implement that plan. And when he was done and verified it, then he created the next plan, also put it in a file in the repository and so on. And by that, you kind of have a architectural decision record. You have all these prompts, and you kind of know what was the idea of it all. And also they are machine readable, so the AI can already access all these files and know what it kind of did before and what the general purpose is and stuff like that. So I found that really interesting.
Sometime, let's see, what's the next phase? Do you mind scrolling up a little bit? Okay, I was just seeing if it had the next phase or two outlined. Phase 3, testing
and
CI/CD.
CI/CD.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
We just continue, right?
Yeah. Sometimes I'll say do the next 2 phases, or you know, depending on what's coming up. But yeah.
Let's try it. I don't know what the phases are.
Yeah, I think they were in that. Were they in the Maven test implementation or the README? I think they were in the README.
The phases are in the README?
I thought I saw something. How to play. Maybe not.
I think this is the plan we are currently executing. And so now this is the analysis.
Okay, so that's 2 is, I think, phase 2, 3. No, that wouldn't line up. These are just steps for testing.
Yeah. Let's see phase. Here we go. Step-by-step migration guide. Okay. Backup and preparation. All right.
Yeah, these might be the tasks, some of the tasks that got put into the list.
That's interesting that he expects 15 minutes for just backing up these files and committing those.
I think the estimates are in non-Bob assisted human, non-accelerated hours. Yeah,
absolutely. And that I think that's pretty good as well. That's better for you to understand how much work this would be.
Yeah.
Okay, we are at phase 3, I think. So we have the Maven structure, and we said phase 3 is verify the Maven build. And
okay, looks like
what did it execute? Clean compile. Okay. Oh yeah, that's it. And if this works, then it runs the application, but it already did that at some point.
Yeah.
Okay, now it wants to clean up the old files in the source directory, in the source chest directory. Okay, this is fine. Phase 4 is create test utilities. Yeah. It wants to remove the resources. I don't.
I think it relocated it under the source main. It's now source main resources.
Yeah.
And it made a copy, so now there's duplicated files.
Those are not here. The pieces SVG.
I guess it chose PNG.
Yeah. All right. Let's remove it. We have it in Git anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, one of the solutions I saw Bob, or one of the options I saw Bob propose was having a preferences drop down in the app where you can select SVG or PNG, and it would allow you, it would have a UI
Ooh,
toggle. So if
cool.
you did want to keep them both and have preferences, it's something it could do as a later phase of development.
Yeah. Okay. So it ran the JavaFX application again, but I'll kill it so it can proceed. But it still works.
Yeah, nice. Making progress. Yeah, nice to verify it at each phase and have the test coverage to back it up as well, so you have confidence that you can continue adding more and more features safely.
But we don't have any tests yet, so we're not in that phase yet.
Okay. That's okay. Phase 4. Okay.
No. Yeah, okay. Now it's writing tests. Great.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of chess with, I have a 9-year-old boy,
Yeah.
and he's very interested in chess. And so we've been practicing and
Yeah.
testing out some prototypes.
That's so great because I have, well, yeah, this one is 9 years old. Yeah, I have 3 children, and the 9-year-old as well. Just recently, a couple of months back, got interested into chess with chess, and so that's the only reason why I know these kind of weird rules that you can switch the pawns. How do you
Yeah.
call that? You can switch the pawns for a queen or anything you like.
Oh,
if
yeah.
they
Yeah.
reach the
Promotion.
end
Yeah.
of the board.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, promotion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so funny. But it's I think that's a really good hobby for them. So that's why I kind of encourage it and play with him a lot. Okay. These are all very
How do the
easy
tests look?
tests.
Yeah. Does it look like it's adding very much value, or is it kind
I'm
of
not sure.
basic?
It's back.
Yeah, some of these are kind of basic sanity checks that are probably good to have in place, but maybe not the ones I would implement first. I'd be looking at the integration functionality would be usually where
Yeah.
I'd be focusing. But there's some nice kind of baseline functionality that's good to have covered as well, that I usually just don't have time to implement. So
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what I would be most interested as well, because usually these kind of UI and integration tests, they use the most time because they are just really, really hard to pull off, and
yeah.
it's so expensive to click on the right button on the right order and stuff like that. So if this can do it faster, I think that's a real good value to have. But so I can't really look through these files because the view constantly switches. And I'm wondering if I can switch that off.
You can, I think it in the top left, isn't there a that file explorer? Does that help?
Yeah,
No,
it
not
does.
really, huh?
It does help. I can't focus on these files, but yeah. So now
But
it's
Bob
working
is
on a new
switching
file. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's probably some option for it. If you editors, I'm not sure.
All right.
Okay,
Tests.
now it's stopped. So the testfx helper, that is interesting. Because I never worked with testfx before. So it's running things. Running things on the UI thread, counting down. Yeah, it's like doing some timeouts so it doesn't block the tests indefinitely, I guess. Ooh. And here it clicks on a node. Fire event. Okay. When is that called? Probably somewhere at the board there. Test positions. Okay. There should be an annotation at test at some point. Nope. Nope. Okay. That's strange. Is that the whole infrastructure only for the tests? That could be the case. So it verifies test utilities. Yeah, it's not, it didn't write the tests yet, I think.
Maybe, yeah, it's just testing to see that the dependency testing framework has all been installed and is ready to use.
Yeah. So close it again. Where are we? Ah, yeah.
It's using JavaFX Swing.
Can't scroll up. Okay. Cleaned up the old structure, created test utilities. No tests yet. Yeah, create test utilities. I didn't even read that.
All right.
Yeah,
Implement model tests is the next section. What do we have in 6? Implement view model tests, still more testing. Yeah. Implement controller tests. Run and verify.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Review. I'm just curious which phase we need to get to before we start implementing the code. Because I've seen it go way out on writing kind of all the test coverage and then be like, all right, and now let's plug in there's code there, but
Yeah.
I've seen it go way deep into testing structures first. Yeah.
Okay. So into one specific area of the testing and then doing all the rest, or it just structures the tests that complex or
yeah. I'm glad that we are able to do the JavaFX run along the way. One of the simulations I did had a ton of testing, but not a visual result at each point. So this is nice.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, just finish the whole implementation, right? So okay. It should now just implement all the tests.
Yeah.
So that should be possible. And then I would like to have it make the view scalable so we can shrink it so we
Yeah.
can actually see it completely.
Fit it into the video, yeah.
But this will probably take a long time, I imagine, because now it should actually not just create all these tests, but also fix them. Or is that? No, that's the phase 9 for verification.
Yeah, it can take a while depending on which order you go in and how much test coverage you want. I know you said 60%. I had one that was like 90% for some reason, and it kept going back and trying to fix different little edge cases. And yeah, it can take a while if it's looking at too small of a context and it has very complicated edge cases that are spread across a couple different files. But usually it just depends on how much time you want to dedicate to this up front. I had one simulation where I just stuck to the plan mode and code mode and got the whole chess game done in like an hour. And then orchestrate mode gives you a lot more structure, but then puts a lot more time spent up front on the planning process. So it depends on if you want to do a really fast path that doesn't have as much planning, or I think this path takes longer, but hopefully gives you more understanding of each of the pieces and each of the ingredients that you're putting in.
Yeah.
We have an error here.
Yeah, API streaming failed.
One of the things you can, it looks like it's retrying, but in the auto approve, you can add retry as a thing that it can focus on. I'm not sure if I see it in there. I thought retry was in there, but maybe it's in a different mode.
Yeah, or maybe it's in the settings somewhere.
Yeah, maybe it's already. Yeah,
I mean, sure, it is already retrying.
Yeah, it looks like it's doing it anyway.
Working.
Yeah.
Okay,
good.
Okay, but we already used up quite a lot of these Bobcoins.
Yeah. The quick path that I took with just plan and then code, using those two modes manually, got me a playable game in about 1 hour using about 10 Bobcoins. So this is definitely a little bit more involved, but depends what approach you want to take.
Yeah. Is there a public viewable cost? Yeah, pricing. How much is a Bobcoin worth? Okay, about one Bobcoin is about 50 cents. All right. If you have this small package, but that's a really small package. If I think about it, because if you have these 40 Bobcoins for 1 month, you can't do a lot with it. But then the ultra package.
Yeah. I tend to go through, I mean, I don't necessarily use Bob all day long, but I'll use, an hour or two a day. And 40 Bobcoins can go pretty quick at even just an hour or two a day. I'll use them up in a week or something sometimes.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, but that's the price you pay. Then you're maybe you're faster in programming, so that's maybe worth it. Okay, so it's implementing quite a lot of tests now. For each piece, there are tests. So implementing or building a board with certain pieces. Okay. I'm gonna try and uncheck this enable preview editor. Maybe that helps. Okay, but it builds a board with a piece at a certain position, right?
That's an approach I saw in some of the testing I did. Was it'll pre-fill a particular board layout and then test to make sure that based on this known layout, the king is in checkmate. Let me test and make sure that unit passes or fails based on this known layout.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. So it builds a board with a piece on a specific position and then set the status that it moved, probably so it knows it can't move two places. And then
oh man.
How can we change this?
Yeah.
No. Literate coding mode. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
But can we change that? Maybe in the editor. Nah.
I'll definitely pass that bit of feedback back to the team, that having a way to isolate the text view so it doesn't constantly refresh.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
Definitely. But okay, the test itself, they seem pretty good. So there are some setups, some layouts that are being built beforehand, and then it's being asserted if certain moves move correctly, or assert contains position. Yeah.
I think that's, just checking the possible moves for that knight can move in those different directions.
These are possible positions where the knight is allowed to move to. Yeah. Yeah, okay. And are these are just unit tests. I don't think there is much UI involved.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet.
Init JavaFX. I think that's an integration test here. Setup. Constructor should initialize. Constructor. Handle square selection first click. So there's a position, and then it runs something on the view model. Probably it's checking if it's handling a square selection. All
right, phase 7 done.
Okay, cool. But you sent me some other links.
Yeah.
So there's a Bob demo repository. Let's look at that.
Yeah, sure. We could take a look. That's some example code that various folks in my team have been working on. So they have a demo using Ansible, and Ansible development using Bob, Express to Do API, a couple different Bob modes that they've saved in there.
Oh yeah.
We
Okay.
we usually do a lot of work around Quarkus and the LangChain 4J development, so they may have some things related to that as well. Yeah, application modernization. Yeah, a lot of interesting topics here that they've added to this repo.
This is probably LangChain for J. IBM Bob modes. I would be interested in seeing those. That sounds interesting. So prompt templates. No, that's a prompt. No, that probably is some kind of mode. Start Chrome browser and search in Wikipedia for the Java keyword.
Yeah, using Playwright. I wonder if the code mode shows more information, or I guess it's just a markdown file. Probably not much more to look at. Yeah, same deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, this example shows how to configure a Bob mode. Oh, create an MCP server and create a role. Okay, I think this is already more advanced. In this file, you define a slug.
Yeah, this is that top line says custom modes, and then there's a list of that one's the Playwright tester. You could have multiple modes within your .bob folder. And this gives you the spec if you wanted to kind of hand create it, but you can also just ask Bob, hey, please create a mode that does this and uses this type of feature, and it's pretty good at helping craft the modes.
All right. Okay, but this seems more advanced. I think that's not something you do just I don't know, just for fun.
Yeah. I think it's useful if you had a team of developers or a development shop. You were all standardizing on Maven and JavaFX. You could put a couple modes that were specific to that technology. You could say we always prefer MVVM, or a particular strategy for particular test coverage. All of those things you could add in as conventions that you want your team to adopt. And
okay, so this is something, if you run into some kind of scenarios repeatedly and you want to like standardize this behavior in that case, then you go there and create your own mode. Cool. Okay, so this is still working. I'll put that on another screen so I can just always approve the requests. And we have something else. You sent me this link.
Yeah, this is IBM's having a Bob Hackathon virtual learning event coming up at the end of the month. If anyone's interested in getting hands-on access to Bob, learning from some of our experts, and I think there's even a $10,000 prize for the hackathon winner. So there's a lot of interesting learning opportunities and a chance to work together on some cool projects.
That's cool. Markus Eisler, he will be at JCON next week. I'll be there too. That's why
You're
I mentioned
planning on going. All right, tell him.
I have a session here. Not about AI, but about code reviews, basically. But I already saw there are lots of people from IBM there at JCON.
Yeah. Kevin and Marcus are both
Right.
coworkers. Yeah, say hello to both of them if you run into them.
Yeah, I'll do that. So there's eight people from IBM. That's crazy.
Wow.
Emily will be there.
All right. Oh yeah, she's
Don
great.
Byrne. Yeah.
Don's great. Yeah.
Grace will be there. I think she's there
Oh,
every
nice.
year.
Yeah. Probably talking about Liberty or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think almost everything is about AI from IBM.
Yeah.
See current with breaking your app.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so there are plenty of people from IBM there. I'm sure there are some experts. I think Kevin is very well accustomed to Bob as well, right?
Yeah. Both
So,
Kevin and Marcus can answer a
yeah.
lot of your questions for sure. Yeah, they're both very, very accustomed to using Bob. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So if there are any questions here, you can also ask them at JCON.
Definitely.
Or at this hackathon. That's pretty neat as well. Register now. All right. There's nothing about this price. Here we go.
It says on the right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's a pretty good incentive.
Yeah.
Cool. I sent the links in the comments if anybody's interested.
All right. Thanks.
So let's go back to this one. It's still working on the test. Not sure if if it ran into some errors or something.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like it may have found a compilation error.
Yeah. Okay, so now it's starting to change things. Oh man, we could just look at this. This would be much easier. I only think about this now. Let's take a look at the test. A night test. No, the night is too complicated. Let's do a pawn.
Yeah.
Get possible moves. White pawn 1 square should move up.
Yeah, very specific case to test for there.
Yeah. So yeah, but it says it moved before, so now its only possibility is to move 1 square up. Yeah. And it actually asserts that. Okay, and this is a really simple unit test. That's all right, but the more interesting test would be the integration test, and I'm not sure where these are. Chess controller test. Yeah, okay, so this one is using TestFX helper. So it's probably using some kind of JavaFX. Give me 1 second to move this to a different monitor. Okay, so there the board should render 64 squares. And it's just filtering the rectangles and counting them. But it's good, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess you wouldn't need that test after a while, but for the first round,
yeah,
it's good. Yeah, it's 60 white, 60 black. Pieces, yeah, it's counting the pieces. That's good.
Half a board and half a board equals a whole board. Okay, checks out. All right.
Current player label should show white. We didn't see any label, but I think there were some kind of labels at the bottom.
I think in the yeah.
White, yeah. Game status label should be empty at start. Okay. Clicking square should select a piece. So it's finding a specific square where the white pawn should be. It's clicking on this one. And then okay, and then it just checks if this square is selected, basically. Okay.
How's Bob doing? Does it need you to tap anything?
No, not typing. Just clicking run.
Okay.
It's renaming this one. Disabled. Okay. But it wants to disable. Yeah, it wants to disable a test. That's interesting.
I fixed your test coverage. I had one time that it was trying to figure out specifically why the tests were failing. And so it generated a more specific test that really exercised the edge case that it was trying to go into and added that as a new file temporarily. But then later, once it had figured out the underlying issue in the other tests, it no longer needed that very specific edge case. And then it cleaned it up and said, this was just to find out what the underlying issue was.
Yeah. Yeah, so it probably has some issues with the test, but why does it disable whole classes? That's
that's interesting why it marked those disabled. Does it say something specific further up in the output? It said the remaining, it said something about things being too long, maybe.
I don't do anything here, and it's keeps on scrolling. Test comp. So are we too far gone? Yeah, I think I'm too far up now. Games. Oh, okay. Here we go. These tests were created based on assumptions about APIs that don't exist. Since fixing all 60 plus errors would take too long, let me disable these problematic test files temporarily, so we can at least compile and run the model piece tests. That should work. Okay. So hopefully, eventually it will.
So it's not just trying to delete tests in order to say, I've succeeded, we can now move forward. It's strategically trying to focus on the most urgent needs first, and then it'll double back to the other sections.
No,
oh no. What's the budget say? We hit our budget.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Damn it.
I was not expecting to bomb out on tokens.
Yeah, but we just checked. It wasn't that bad.
We had plenty of capacity a couple minutes ago. Yeah. Wow. I guess. Yeah. Code mode may have ended up using a lot in this case.
It sure seems like it.
Yeah. Wow, that's interesting.
Okay, let me check if we can start the application. What's the current state of it?
Yeah. Yeah, did it bomb out in the middle of a change, or was it successful where it's at?
I think it bombed out because these files, I think they are still disabled.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it permanently disabled the test, but it is a running application. It's just not.
Does the piece move if you
working.
click?
No.
No, it doesn't update the state. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Never does.
Yeah.
Let me see. We can undo a move. Yeah, but okay. What could we do?
Well, it's not the easiest to. I'm not exactly sure if there's an easy way to capture your context and your current list of actions that you're interacting with Bob, and save those and hand them to someone else as like, please continue with this state. But you could probably commit your changes so far. I could pull the changes and try to do a step with my Bob IDE. It would need to figure out the right plan based on the repo, based on the test, based on what we had saved in the repo.
Yeah, we could do that. So I'm committing those changes. My current the plan as well. But what I'm trying to do shortly is to log into a different account I also have.
That could be it, yeah.
So if this saves the context, then this would be easy.
Yeah, if that works, okay, worth a shot.
Just give me a second to log in again.
Yeah, if you happen to have a personal plan and a corporate plan or something, this is a yeah.
I did have, but now it says my account is not provisioned yet, but it was provisioned. Maybe I'm logging into the wrong area.
Yeah, I ran a couple tests with this, and the first test used about 10 Bobcoins. The second test, I did a lot more planning, and that one used like 13 or 14 Bobcoins. And then I did a third test that ended up using like 20 Bobcoins.
Okay.
But I was not expecting to burn through the whole balance just on this. Based on the past ones I did very similar. Yeah, surprised we ran short on this one.
Oh man. I specifically tested out 2 different accounts today, and both of those worked, but now it doesn't. That's unfortunate. Okay. Yeah, I can't switch to a different account. So if you want to try that on your PC, we can do that, but I guess that would take some time as well, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, and it'd be a interesting challenge. I have not attempted yet to grab a half-finished repo and say, "Hey, Bob, figure it out." Yeah,
exactly.
But maybe a realistic test of a handoff of work, right?
Yeah, but to kind of finish for today, I would like, so I switched the resolution back, and if we start it again, we at least see the whole application. Okay.
Yeah.
So we kind of have a solution.
There's there you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Does look nice. And we can select a new game. We can select our piece. Well, yeah, we can select. Yeah, okay. This one works. We can't do anything here.
Yeah, they're blocked. Yeah.
But we can jump with the knight, and it doesn't do anything when I click. I clicked already.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now it's not the white turn anymore, it's the black turn, and we can move that piece as well.
I wonder if it's updating the game state, but not updating the animation.
Yeah, so I move this piece to here. Ah, yes.
Yeah,
and
yeah, it's moving, it's just not animating. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and it says it's White's turn, game in progress, and we can even undo a move.
Here we go, refresh. Okay, so there's a problem with resyncing, but that's something, if we had tokens, we could ask Bob, hey, we're observing this specific UI glitch, refresh isn't happening after a move. Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, it's probably just one line where we don't update the UI.
Yeah.
But that's it. Okay.
Pretty good progress.
Great.
Not bad.
Yeah, I
was
so
hoping
too.
we'd have the whole game finished within our budget.
Yeah.
But I learned a lot in the process. I think we established an excellent set of tests. We covered the technologies we wanted to cover.
Exactly.
Yeah. I feel pretty good about the start of this development project and its maintainability and ability for folks to understand it and continue working on it. So yeah, pretty good stuff.
Yeah. So overall, I'm really pleased with Bob in general. I like the whole structure. It's pretty configurable, except that you can't select a model. But that wasn't an issue really here. And you can't even see what model was used, right?
Not currently. Yeah. You switch modes. Modes are supposed to know enough to pick the right model based on the context. That's part of the design, is the simplicity, and certain users may not have the advanced knowledge to really know specifically what models to select. I think it would be nice as like a power feature to say, no, I'd like to opt into a specific model for this purpose. But yeah, so far the modes are the main abstraction to work with.
Right. And it's using some kind of IBM models, right? It's not using like Claude or I don't know, Codex.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure about the details on the back end for it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have I know the documentation has a couple solid answers around, but it doesn't quite answer the question of which models are available. Yeah.
All right. No, cool. So Ryan, thank you so much for showing me around Bob. It was a real pleasure. It was real fun.
Yeah, and thank you. Yeah, this was great. Nice to explore this fun and entertaining problem and work on it together. Thank you very much.
Right. Yeah, thank you too, and have a great day. And maybe Ryan, you'll join JCON next year. Then we could meet.
I will strongly consider putting in a talk next year. Yeah,
that's what I wanted
to
to
team
hear.
If you see them, yeah.
Great. Thank you so much.
Again. All right. See you
Bye.
around. Bye.